sometimes we see Jaeger bans on Consulate. We have seen that earlier today, in fact. Sometimes we see Wamai bans, and the reason is just because of how you can use nades on this map to get pick after pick after pick. And if it's just Jaeger or just Wamai, it's much easier to do that.
Absolutely correct. Also, I couldn't help but notice that when you talked about the Zero ban and then you immediately followed up by saying DarkZero, that there's some kind of maybe branding opportunities in there for DZ.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if they ever do, you know...
Evil Zero, the operator. DarkZero.
What if they did, like, esports elite skins, Parker?
Isn't that what the R6 share program is? Am I crazy?
I mean, elite skins. So, like, you could have the literal DarkZero. I mean, if it ever happened...
You lost me.
No, really?
You completely lost me.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it'd be cool.
Eclipse is on Sledge, by the way. The hands of Nomad is going to be NJR, so... NJR has been one of the best performing players at this entire event, so
yep.
Kudos to him, and obviously you're going to put him on that flank watch role. And that's the craziest part that didn't get discussed enough, I think, in the previous matchup with DZ, was that NJR is getting all of these kills, but he's not your main point of entry. You've got players like Hyper and Panbazou who are going to be the ones leading the charge into the building, but it's NJR on cleanup and doing a mighty fine job of it. Call him the janitor because he's taking out the trash.
Yeah, sometimes that second entry or that support or flex role, in this case NJR is put on flank watch, can be one of your top performers if you are putting him in the position to do his job well, and he does not mess up. And I gotta tell you, NJR does not mess up. At least not very often. Everybody does.
I'm curious to see what Hyper's Amaru is going to do, by the way. This will be fun to watch. She's a she's an incredibly linear operator. You basically have one usage from her, and that's get in, possibly kill, and then maybe get out. Yeah,
usually you're not getting out. It'll be a trade, but it depends. We'll see. Now, what we see here is the upside down rappel from Hyper on CEO Windows.
Does he know he can just rappel into the building?
He probably doesn't want to die like Hyper just did, actually. Well, look at that.
Yeah, he doesn't want to die like he did?
Yeah, he doesn't want to die like he did, Parker.
Well, the Amaru experiment comes to a screeching halt 45 seconds into the round. Jonka gets the very first kill.
Good start there for G2. You like to see that on defensive Consulate, getting those early picks. It means you've got confidence.
Drones up and running.
I mean, the way G2 played earlier is any indication, I think confidence is something that they'll hang on to. Humbling the reigning defending world champions, who themselves are not in the best spot in this group. There's still plenty of time to play through. It really does depend on what DWG Kia does later today.
Yep.
For the meantime, this downstairs defense from G2 has them spread out across the first floor and then the basement as well. Panbazou with the signal coming in on the drone from bathroom. Well, I was going to say I would know that somebody was there, but I think the gun bullets and gunfire and that will probably give it away.
Yeah, and no pick for either team off of this
no.
really close proximity by Z. And the angle from Citizen does a little bit of damage, but Eclipse is the one to die to Hungry at top banana. It's a good pick there for G2, and look at this hole made by the Ash. Panbazou's trying to utilize it, but the gas canisters are stopping him. In a second for Hungry, still top banana, he'll descend. DZ are falling by the wayside in this first round.
Same spot, NJR looking for one for his own team. He sees the feet, nice shot from him right as the ADS says. There's a lot more work to be done for DarkZero as they're just simply outclassed. Instead, they'll go down the spiral stairs, and Hungry will be there waiting, looking for kills 3 and 4, and he'll get them both. A 4K from Hungry to give G2 the very first round upstairs. They've got clearance upstairs, or so they thought. Kayak retakes, though, and down goes Panbazou. Where was he? Down below, playing that lure for BC. But the 3 players from G2 will be hunting him down, hoping for that one to be able to pull it off. But BC drops, outdueling Citizen, just running out of bullets. So the Eclipse is the next one down. 5 seconds left, spraying away. It's a hopeless endeavor, and G2 are up 2-0. Nitro cells in their hands. This could be an explosive end for DarkZero.
Oh, nice shot from Hyper. You can't tell because we didn't see it, but you can tell thanks to the sound. 510 HP. He's going to have trouble in future engagements. Hopefully he'll be able to use the cardiac sensor well.
Grenade goes down, and DZ are swept by Jackal. Just like that, Hungry goes down. So Citizen will have to get in closer to the site. There'll be one watching in that direction. Not a flawless round, not yet. Citizen will secure onto NJR, but the diffuser goes down. For G2 this round, seems like it's in an incredibly hard spot. And there you go. The Malusi is going off, but DZ realize, hey, if they're all roaming, we'll just take the site for our own. Hyper and Panbazou walk right in, and they just crush them. Jonka goes down, and Virtue in a 1v5. What is he going to do to be able to pull this one off? He's not going to do anything. That's the...
Another sight hit direct through yellow. This is on the middle floor. Here comes the sledgehammer.
Oh my, and it just gets torn right through. Trying to do something to it with CTZN, but Hungry falls first, and now control of the site is at least theirs. But inside the site, Diffuser is now down, and it's surrendered right in front of Kayak. Will sit over top of it. He's trapped in the corner, though, between a rock and a hard place. Can he make his way out? No, the grenade claims his soul, so CTZN is the one forced to go into action. Virtue has a line of sight on it from above. He could potentially net something, but he misses his opportunity, doesn't give himself away, giving information to the rest of his team. He can rotate through the hatch if he wants to. Eclipse takes out Jonka. So DZ walk away from this brawl with the upper hand. For how long, though? There's still half of the round to go, and CTZN wins that duel against Eclipse. It's short-lived, as he's punished for it, and Virtue is left against the rest of DarkZero. A 1v2, but his position is from above. Still winnable. They don't really have the intel that they want. NJR holds on to the Diffuser, but he's only at half HP. Virtue's position finally given away, shooting through everything you need to know. Manages to take out NJR, a miraculous shot. That was a bit of greediness from the little HP of NJR that was left, trying to soften up Virtue. So the newest member of DarkZero, Panbazou, plucked from the Tier 2 scene, can give DarkZero the lead here as long as Panda plays this one a little bit conservatively. Air jab goes off, and Virtue's spot is known. He's running out of time. You've got to hurry, mate. 12 seconds, 10 seconds, he's on it. So Panbazou needs to get to it. Does he know it's going off? He hears it. You've got to run. 1 second left. No! What a rookie mistake! Bad comms from DZ. We don't know the culprit. Left, everybody's still alive. CTZN trying to outduel Panbazou, but on Repel, Panbazou is better. Shrugs off some more damage from the window. Jonka with the DMR trying his best to help his team out, but it's Hungry to get the kill on BC. Virtue has made his way down below. If NJR doesn't spot this, then Virtue will be able to strike. Heading up spiral stairs, NJR knows this. There he goes, Virtue punished for his transgressions. Hyper also gets dropped. It's a total mess right now. These teams just dueling back and forth, but Jonka, he's the star of that round. And G2 to the punch here. With the way the G2 are sweeping and hitting their shots, that might not be a terrible idea, but Hyper stops the ensuing push. They'll double up on BC. He doesn't bring anybody down with him. That's a brazen play. Eclipse now on the flank as Panbazou takes down Virtue, and DarkZero regains a numbers advantage.
Now, G2 is in sight with Hungry, but he is on.
Will he be able to get it? Jonka is going to hit one of those goo mines. Eclipse is there for an easy finish, and the numbers for G2 will continue to dwindle at this point. Cut him off a rope. Kayak swings in. He'll go for broke. Hungry on such low HP, and Kayak finds that there's actually no real contest. He could conceivably get that Diffuser down. A pre-fire from Hungry will net absolutely nothing. Another kill from Eclipse comes in, and now Kayak in a 1v4 to close out the final 40 seconds of this round. They know he's in piano. They can hear his gun firing away. But what is he going to be able to do with it? Towing around the bomb chassis. This is just DZ playing with their food, and they'll finally consume them whole. JR has all three of his smokes left. Some Nitro Cell still on the board for BC. Hyper with gun in hand puts some work into CTZN, and that'll be the very first kill. DZ, it could be a tie game. But G2 are just so slow on this one, and they're going to feed themselves in. Eclipse is not able to get the kill that he needs. Kayak can't get the plant down either, and you can see the look of frustration on the face of G2. 3 big kills from Hyper, and Hungry upstairs won't be able to do too much as Hyper gets a quad to finish it off.
And, yeah, continuing to seek that favor, but look at that. Hungry will get the first pick onto Hyper, and that
better start doing it. It has been a quiet game for NJR. That's out of character for him so far, and oh no. CTZN says, hold on 1 second, I got some killing to do. NJR could have potentially fallen victim to a grenade, but the sluggishness from G2, well, guess what? It's still netting them kills. NJR and Panbazou answer back. And on this upside-down repel, NJR's got a tiny, tiny angle to hit. He'll just very narrowly evade yet another grenade thrown out from CTZN as Jonka gets lit up by Panbazou. And Panbazou will continue to exist in the position he's in. NJR has just made this very winnable for his team as Jonka's still on upside down rappel. And the two players from DZ are now positioned over by the top of stairs. And CTZN somehow manages to walk away from that one. So NJR will reposition by the window. You're going to need to ensure that Panbazou is also watching that same angle. But CTZN doesn't have intel. Panbazou's been dropped as the push from G2 comes into the same direction. NJR will need to be the savior. He's got CTZN to his right. If he can cross over, he'll have to stop the plant in its tracks, but he has no information. He sees it, but CTZN's better in the duel. The timeout works. Kayak goes down for 1 second. Eclipse gets shredded, by the way, but Kayak stopped a double from Hungry. Still in the same position. No time to reload. He's got the pistol out. G2's cleaning up on the score sheet. But Panbazou gets a free kill, as free as the day is long. Now watching towards that rotation. It's going to be Panbazou down for the count, and Hyper in a 1v3 will be what potentially seals the deal for DarkZero. Hyper manages to get one, but the Roni will require a reload. They need to grab the diffuser and start planting. They only have 5 seconds left, and their Hungry goes. You need to cover and make sure that Hyper doesn't pull this one off, because he can catch Hungry right then and there. And what an absolute showing from Hyper.
Would be above. What an amazing read! G2 had so much control, but the only thing they didn't control is this rotation here by Spiral. And because of that lack of...
Through the main door. Again, another slow attack. Very well orchestrated and planned. Just as I say that, though, Kayak guns down NJR from above. There's 2 players from DarkZero that Hungry is trying to hunt down. Hungry falls to Panbazou, they're traded off. Eclipse manages to get Jonka, and now Hyper with one as well. Kayak has to fall off, but he gets destroyed by Eclipse. CTZN the safety net. 5 seconds remain with the diffuser in hand. Match point awaits the victor. CTZN wanders on in, and he's going to be immobile. The question is now, does Eclipse or Hyper get the kill? They give it to Tyler, and DZ move to match point. And G2 will need to barrel through head first while also watching these hatches from above. And Virtue almost gets a freebie, but BC answers back before a belated trade. G2 know this is tough, and they're in the midst of the smoke. Kayak breathing it in, and he's slowly dying. He's been dropped down. CTZN will need to get the diffuser, but it's Eclipse's last one alive. He's got the shotgun in hand, giving his position away. He knows how tough this is. All he needs to do is stop the plant from going down, but he doesn't have intel as to where it is. Trying to open it up, it's successful, and now the opportunity is lost. A cleanup from G2 above secures overtime, and we go for at least 2 more rounds. Oof. A little bit with the secure, but he wants that kill. Yes, sir. There you go. Jonka seemed almost immortal on that one. The teams now stand at even footing, but a big double play from Eclipse as now he gets CTZN as well, 2 for the price of 1. But don't count out G2. Hungry on the retake. Guns down Eclipse. Virtue's been dropped as well, so G2 does trail. Kayak getting very aggressive, but Hyper wins the duel. Hungry's the lone man up for G2, and it's almost a reverse from previous rounds. He tries to outduel Hyper, but the bars end up being a more formidable foe as BC goes for a plant very safely far away from Hungry. And there's no way that G2's going to be able to stop this one. Another look of frustration goes across their face. And unless we see an absolute miracle performed in front of our eyes, this should be easy for DZ to hold off. Just like that, like clockwork. Corridor, nobody can go over there. Engaging, this is a 10 shot, and BC's under fire from multiple angles, but it's Kayak with the longer range to win that one. The first pick goes in favor of G2. They're gonna need 4 more. Nitro's work. Kayak goes in amidst the smoke, looking for the plant to go down. He'll do it himself. Eclipse falters, but Panbazou does it. Hungry's down for the count. Panbazou finished off. Hyper's the insurance policy. Diffuser goes down, and Kayak still sits on it. Hyper knows he can't swing because there's one on the window. Pre-fire through the wall, why don't you? Maybe get a little bit lucky with that one. NJR will retake with Hyper in tow. They are, unfortunately for DC fans, at a disadvantage, and it will only get worse now as NJR will have to go up against the rat-a-tat-tat of the Ying. That's 1 kill, but 2 more, and it's a crossfire to push us to round 15 between these 2 teams.
Being useful is potentially on a quick repel in through PM. Oh, first pick here, and it's NJR onto Kayak. That's your smoke gone.
Treating each other with tons of respect as there's a minute to go. And with the exception of that 1 casualty, make it 2 as Jonka gives himself away, and he's immediately pounced on by Panbazou, who himself is under fire from above, so he'll have to scamper off, lick his wounds somewhere else, but he won't have time to do that as Virtue punishes him. But Virtue's about to lose a line of sight as there's some smoke to cut him off. Hyper takes out CTZN. Where is he flying on in? A Nitro cell from below could spell doom for BC, diffuser in hand. But Hungry's not looking to rip it just yet. The pings go in, and BC will be blown sky high. Hungry will need to be the one to save his team from defeat. It's a 1v3. DarkZero looking to put this one away and secure a spot moving forward. They've got the diffuser in hand, and this is the marathon mile for Hungry. He's got plenty of information, but that Vector's not the gun that you want in your hands. This is an almost impossible task for him. And if he plays this wrong, he'll get cut off by Eclipse, but he wastes some time. He can see that the defuse is going down, but he's not able to stop it in time, so there's a ton of gunfire going in his direction, and Eclipse will come in for the wraparound to shut him down. Scary moments there for DZ, but they stick it, and they go up 2-0 over G2 with a huge 15-round victory.
Wow, what a last round there. DarkZero, big win, but boy did it look shaky, Parker. Oh my.